Hey everyone, my name's Ryan and I am your website performance coach. I've been building and marketing websites for over 20 years and have generated millions of visitors in traffic and millions of dollars in sales revenue. Welcome to my website takedown series, where we'll break down a website based on its technical factors, visual factors, and user experience factors. In today's episode, episode 2, we are going to review myaccurateclaims.com. They go by Accurate Claims Consulting and they are based out of Studio City, California. They also have locations or they service locations in California, Arizona, Connecticut, and Georgia. And they offer public adjustment or adjuster services. This means if you are a homeowner and you need to file an insurance claim, these guys will help represent you when dealing with the insurance company's insurance claims adjuster, which will most certainly have the insurance company's back rather than yours, which is why in these scenarios you would hire a public uh, adjuster. So with the website takedowns or teardowns, uh, I'm going to analyze the websites based on technical and SEO factors, design and usability factors, and trust and engagement factors. As far as the technical and SEO factors, when I did an analysis, and keep in mind this is not a very comprehensive analysis, but it's something quick to kind of give you an idea of what some of the factors that I look at when analyzing a website. So they have 36 backlinks and 21 domain names linking back, meaning that there are 36 websites out there that link back to myaccurateclaim.com. And out of those 36 backlinks, 21 of them are from unique domain names. They have a domain rating of zero point 0.1 from Ahrefs and a domain authority of 12 from Moz. They have 128 pages of content, which is pretty good, and their URLs, they have permalinks, which is good. Um, so when I compared it to the top three competitors in the space for the keyword public adjuster services, now keep in mind different keywords will have different competitors in the search results, and it makes sense to do an analysis with all of that information in mind. In this case, just to make it quick and digestible, I picked three for the keyword public adjuster services. And the three competitors here that we have is unitedpublicadjusters.com, abbaclaims.com, and publicserviceadjusting.com. And when we look at the domain authorities, domain rating, number of backlinks, number of domain names, and also how many pages of content, um, I would say that one of the strong points that they have is the number of pages because they pretty much dominate two of the three competitors. Now United Public Adjusters, they have over 400 pages, so that's more than double what my accurate claim has. But compared to the other two, it's not doing too bad. With the number of backlinks, um, with public service adjusting, it's actually uh, I would say unusual that they have so little backlinks and they're ranking pretty high when I searched. Now Google does this thing where they will sometimes pick newer or less um or websites without that much authority, and they would test the websites with certain keywords, so they would bring those websites into the search results. Although a lot of times that is temporary. I'm not sure if that's what's going on here. Um, but I would say yeah, that's not a lot of backlinks, especially for how high they appeared in the search rankings. Now, if we look at the domain authority and domain rating, their domain authority rate metric is not bad. Domain rating is pretty. It's not great. It's pretty bad. So, but because of how many pages that they have, um, I would give it a 3 out of 5 stars overall. Now, as far as room for improvement, what I would do if I was tasked with the objective of dominating in the search results on Google, um, what I would do is drive 1,500 backlinks across um, over 200 domain names, and that would bring you to the very top of the average, not even the average, but like with 1,500 backlinks and 200 domain names, you're going to be doing pretty well, and also doubling the number of pages. So that so basically, if we take the ABA claims for how many backlinks and domain names that they have, combine that with how many pages of content United Public Adjusters.com has. um I think with that, over some time, a period of time, uh it, it, my accurate claim.com will start outranking, will start ranking in the top page of Google for many of these keywords that these guys are also competing for. So this is how you would dominate your competition if I were in their shoes. Okay, so the next, I guess, pillar that we will analyze is design and usability factors. So I have to say, I think they did a very good job um, with their website overall. It's a corporate design, professional, clean. The website's fairly easy to navigate. Everything is kind of in the place where I would normally expect. And there's a lot of useful information. I think it's organized pretty well. Um, Now, um, I think, yeah, actually, this um, I think it was the old one. Um, I let me address this. I included incorrect embed of Google Maps. Usually, on their Google Maps, it's just the address that is embedded. Usually, you want to embed not the location, the address, but the actual business. However, on theirs, with their, I think it's the way they set up their Google Maps. They actually don't have the address on the Google Maps. Instead, it covers a span of an area. So I didn't see an option to embed from there, so maybe that's why on on Google Maps they are trying to go for expanding that the location that they service. But then on the actual website, since you cannot embed that, or at least I didn't see an option to, they embedded just the address. But because noticed that nuance, I removed that. But we can go back to here. This is actually more of the finalized version of the notes, if you will. So overall, I think the website it's pretty visually. I like it. Now, what I don't like is the logo because now I'm not a huge fan of the font. This looks like something from the early 2000s, where we have that kind of like semi 3D um bezeled design look, and you contrast that to the rest of the website, which is complete like flat UI. And this kind of doesn't, it sticks out, not in a good way. So I would make this flat. I mean, you can keep the fonts, keep the colors, but just remove the bezel pretty much. um the other thing was the phone numbers, the emails and addresses. They're not linked. They're just like plain text. Now, if you go to the contact, hover over contact, they do have a little drop down that says dial and then the phone number. So that one opens the phone number. But that's something that on all these instances of the phone number, the address, the emails, you should link it. So it's a telephone link, an email link, and then with the addresses, I would just link that to your contact page or to Google Maps. Um, but overall, I would give them a 5 out of 5. I think just the ease of use, how well they organize the information, and just their professional, clean corporate design. I think that supersedes any of these smaller items. So I would give them 5 stars, 5 out of 5 stars for design and usability. As far as trust and engagement, so with recognition and awards, I didn't see any awards or really any recognition such as like press, um, featured on, as seen on, that kind of stuff. But I did notice that they have a experience with insurance providers, so they have some recognizable logos here of the insurance companies they work with. So that's a little bit of social cloud. So that's why I give them a 3 rather than a 1 out of 5 for that. As far as client testimonials, they it looks pretty solid to me. Although it's only on the reviews page, so I still gave them a 5 out of 5, but this should be embedded, embedded on the homepage as well. Um, as far as user photos, I think they use a combination of. I think most of them are stock photos, but I think that especially that's definitely a stock photo. Um, but I think the photos that they use are appropriate for the industry that they are in, and they have quite a bit of visuals from smiling people to the actual projects that they've worked on. So for that, I can give them a 5 out of 5. For messaging, basically the copy on the website, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's organized well. I give them a 5 out of 5 for that. Button design, when I say button design, I don't mean making the button look pretty necessarily, but having buttons that stand out. With their design, where everything is that flat blue color, their buttons are also that flat blue color. And I think over here they darken the blue, but either way, it doesn't really pop out as it does on other websites. I think easy fix would be to they already have some green in their logo, so it's having green buttons, or at least maybe the learn more button could stay blue, and the get quote or request consultation, if that's green, that would stick out a lot more. But overall, as far as the for conversion rate optimization, and with this, I'm looking from the outside in. Obviously, I don't have their data, so this part is just kind of guesswork on my part. But what I like to do is how easy it is to get from landing on whatever page that you land on to completing the call to action, which in this case is filling out the request consultation or um get a quote, and that basically takes you to the contact page. So pretty much every button that's a call to action button, takes me directly to the contact page. Contact page is very straightforward. So for that, I give them a 5 out of 5. And when we add these um, factors together, I would give an overall score for trust and engagement 4 out of 5 stars. And that takes us to our overall rating of this website teardown. I give myaccurateclaim.com, also known as Accurate Claims Consulting, a 4 out of 5 stars. And now, if you liked my video analysis, my website teardown, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Comment if you have any questions. Uh, and if you would like to hire me or collaborate, um, just go to my YouTube channel's um, uh, about section, and my email will be there. Thank you for your time for watching. I will see you next time. on the next website teardown.